Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, on this wonderful Wednesday for another YouTube video. I hope you've all had a fantastic week so far. Today, guys, I'm fired up, and by the end of this video, hopefully you will be too. I don't know how you look at Cardano and be anything but bullish. There is so much to come, and we are so early in the crypto space as a whole that I am extremely excited, and I have some very exciting things to share with you in this video. We've got some big news, or certainly hints at some big news to come, from Sidney Vollmer, one of the head honchos at the Cardano Foundation. Essentially, he wrote a tweet earlier that says, "Don't really want to brag or anything, but some of the partnerships we're announcing at the Cardano Summit will blow people's minds." He said blow people's minds. That is not a term that should be thrown around lightly. And ultimately, we've got the Cardano Summit from the 25th to the 26th of September, around about 10 days away. I think there's going to be some huge announcements take place here. We know they're going to talk about the Goguen era, smart contracts, some of the dApps that are being built on top of Cardano, and they're also going to touch on the Basho era, which is where we're going to see the implementation of Hydra. And Cardano could potentially scale to 1 million transactions per second in a decentralized, sustainable way. This is absolutely huge, guys. I don't know how you look at this project and are anything but bullish. We're also going to talk about why I believe the crypto space is going to recover. We're going to look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and of course Cardano, because much in the same way that Bitcoin led the rally out of this kind of, or led the recovery out of this kind of pullback, we're seeing a similar thing take place today, and Ethereum's following it, and of course Cardano is kind of lagging behind it, which is a very common trait that I'll show you in just a second. We are absolutely going to look at the longer term timeframes, because I'm exceptionally, guys, I am super bullish. This may be the last time I accumulate Cardano this year. That's not financial advice, just what I'm personally doing, because I think we are going to see some serious price movement. I've been in Cardano for a long time now. I'm very happy with my position, but this might be my last opportunity to pick up some Cardano at a bargain before we see the price kind of go on its natural path. So this tweet's absolutely huge, guys, and really does hint on what's coming. Remember, and we're going to speculate on what potentially this may be. You also have, when we had the Cardano Alonso hard fork, within 24 hours you had over 100 smart contracts running. This is going to continue. We're already seeing huge growth in the transactions that are being undertook by the Cardano network. And we're also seeing the network as a whole grow. This is huge, and this is what is ultimately going to lead to a price increase, because right now the price is a pretty poor representation of the actual value. We've spoken about how markets work and how price is determined, but I'm expecting great things to come. So this was huge news. Lots of people talking about it. The second part of the tweet was really grateful for the chance we at Cardano Stiftung have to change the world for the better and have fun together. This is what is going on with blockchain technology. It is changing the world and is going to accrue value as a result. So what may he be talking about here? Well, I want to pull up. This was something the Cardano Foundation did a while ago. It was a much longer video talking about their kind of goals and their achievements. This is the goals for 2021 to 2022. You can see to the right-hand side of the screen, you've got onboard 50 banks. You've got obviously another 4 goals along with that. But that one there, I believe you might start to see maybe a big financial institution, maybe a government or a nation state. We've already got one, so it would kind of make sense that more may trickle in. You're gonna get some pretty significant news. So tune in to the Cardano Summit, guys. I think this is going to get people fired up. I think this is going to be a increasing factor for the price. But why is it that I think we are recovering? Well, we kind of put a tweet out earlier, and if you're not already following me on Twitter, guys, head over to @RealAllInCrypto. This was the tweet that we put out earlier, and we're talking about how Bitcoin is leading this recovery in much of a similar fashion to what we did after our kind of May sell-off. So we sold off in May, you fall in this falling wedge, and then you pop out. Similar thing today, we have a sell-off, falling wedge, pop out. And we drew this falling wedge and said this was quite a likely structure to play out based on how similar this wick was to this one over here. And we've kind of been accurate on the fact it's forming a falling wedge. Could be a bit of a fake out, but ultimately, guys, you are going to recover. We are in a bull market. We made a long video on why we're in a bull market. Things look good to me, ladies and gentlemen, and the price is just volatility. It's just short-term noise when you understand the bigger picture. So what I'm really highlighting here, guys, and why Bitcoin leads it is you can see this was around about the 22nd of July when you broke out of this falling wedge. Ethereum was around about the 24th of July. when it broke out of it. And Cardano, of course, as we know, lagged behind around about the 26th of July. And that's kind of what we're experiencing today. We're seeing Bitcoin, I'm very good at leaving the draw tool on, ladies and gents, break out of its falling wedge. Ethereum is starting to follow. Now, Cardano hasn't really formed a falling wedge, there's a lot more going on with Cardano. It's kind of becoming a little bit less correlated and doing actually very well against Bitcoin. So it's not really formed a falling wedge in this kind of a manner. It could still do that. But what it is doing is basing out. Can you see this kind of basing? Had this big wedge, and we said, look, you're kind of setting up a big area of support here, guys. And ultimately, you know, we're expecting continuation. So we think that's to come. Also, if I take it off the 2 hourly, we'll very, very quickly look at the daily and why I'm super bullish. You guys know I follow something called ELLIOT wave theory. This is your first wave, second wave, third wave, fourth wave pullback, and you're now on your fifth wave. Your RSIs line up perfectly, guys. So this was your kind of bottom of your 2 wave. And this is your first impulse. You come down. And now you're doing a very similar thing today, ladies and gentlemen. This was your fourth wave. You come down, you come up for your first little impulse, back down, and then you see continuation to the upside. And this is kind of what we're expecting, guys. Also, if you look at our kind of roadmap, and we bring this up in every single video because we are following this kind of ELLIOT wave theory structure. We've overlaid this kind of pullback and continuation for you that we're currently going through today. And ultimately, that's how we kind of knew that you were going to come back to your EMA on the daily, because we were overextended and we said, look, every time you go up, you come down. This is how markets move. One question I always get asked is, why is the price going down? This is how markets work, guys. They don't just go up in a straight line. The key to being a good investor is to pick an asset that goes up more than it goes down. I know that sounds kind of self-explanatory and somewhat patronizing, but I don't mean it to be. So every time you go up, and we focused on this in more detail in yesterday's video, you come back down. Can you see this, guys? And you had a 200% rally, you've had a pullback from that, and you're setting up for more continuation now in much the same way we did after this sell-off. And you've kind of come back. One thing I'm looking out for is, can you see this 50 EMA? The simplistic moving averages actually work a lot better. You have this bullish cross here, guys, and then you get a big move to the upside. Bullish cross here, big move to the upside. Bullish cross here, big move to the upside. And one area to look out for, which is where I'll be looking to accumulate, is when these touch. So when you've had your bullish cross where your 20 goes above your 50, or your 21 above your 55, whatever it may be. Essentially, if you look at what happens every time you come up, you come back and you touch it, you get a move to the upside. EMAs, touch it, move to the upside. Can you see that? And that's kind of what we're expecting. You know, you've got one of those coming up very soon. Bitcoin also had a beautiful golden cross, which we'll talk about in more detail, signaling more upside to come. To me, guys, everything looks great. And this, every single time, and I go through it with you guys, you know, you got to remember I'm an investor in this market like yourselves. People get blown around like a leaves. You also have commentators on the space coming out and saying we're bullish, we're bearish, we're this, we're that. It's not how this works, guys. You have to have, on a short-term time frame, you can flip-flop like that and go from one bias to another. But on a sort of more macro time scale, you need a plan, you need method, and until something comes to seriously, contradict your theory, then you look at it and you kind of scale everything. But right now, guys, we're still in a bull market, and I am expecting continuation. So I think you've got lots to be very excited about. That is really all I have for you in this video, guys. I just thought I'd share a few things with you. Get on here. I'm hyped. I hope you guys are as well. Remember, head over to @RealAllInCrypto for some more timely updates. People get very disheartened when we have a kind of big upgrade and the price doesn't do a lot. But really, the kind of DApps, certainly the significant ones and the more complex ones, I shouldn't say significant, they're not going to come till sort of towards the end of the year into October. And this is, you know, we're going to see the price do exceptionally well on the back end of that. We're already seeing transactions go up. We're already seeing the network grow. We're already seeing wallets go up. We looked at a bit of on-chain analytics for Cardano yesterday. We also looked at on-chain analytics for Bitcoin, which are all screaming bullish in much the same way they did over here, and ultimately got a break. So we're expecting the same thing. The on-chain analytics, this recent sell-off was just caused by over-leverage. It was not caused by whales, contrary to people's beliefs. And there's on-chain data to suggest that. So that you can't really beat the facts. So that's really all I have for you in this video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Remember, I believe we've got a recovery coming. Could be a fake out in much the same way that this was over here. But ultimately, you'll come back in and you'll just kind of, you know, you're in a bull market. That's the kind of main takeaway I want for you. Lots of people are calling this, you know, an A, B, and then C correction, we're going into a bear market. I don't happen to see that. Those signs aren't there, and crypto as a whole has never been in such a powerful position. So all I have for you in this video. This video came out, or I'm recording it around about 1:30, so 1:30 p.m. British summertime, so we'll see. I'll bring it out at 6 and we'll see where the market is then. So all I have for you in this video, guys, I'm going to love and leave you on that note. If you've enjoyed the content, a like is always appreciated. So is a comment, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next YouTube video. Thanks a lot for watching, ladies and gentlemen.